Are you gathering up the pieces for yourself or somebody else?
I'm sending it to my grandmother, Jordan answered, consulting his watch again.
Amanda wondered if he had to be somewhere else later or if he was just an impatient person. What happened to her? She asked sympathetically. Jordan looked reluctant, but after a few moments and another step forward as the line progressed, he said,
She had some pretty heavy-duty surgery a while back.
Oh, Amanda said, and without thinking, she reached out and patted his arm so as not to let the mention of the unknown grandmother's misfortune pass without some response from her. Something softened in Jordan Richards' manner at the small demonstration.
Are you attending the free mini-session?
He asked, gesturing toward the sign. The expression in his eyes said he fully expected her to answer no. Amanda smiled and lifted one shoulder in a shrug. Why not? I've got the rest of the afternoon to blow, and I could learn something. Jordan looked thoughtful.
I suppose nobody has to talk if they don't want to.
Of course not, Amanda replied confidently, even though she had no idea what would be required. Some of the self-help groups could get pretty wild. She'd heard of people walking across burning coals in their bare feet, or letting themselves be dunked in hot tubs.
I'll go if you'll sit beside me, Jordan said.
Amanda considered the suggestion only briefly. The mall was a well-lit place, crowded with Christmas shoppers. If Jordan Richards were some kind of weirdo, and that seemed unlikely, unless crackpots were dressing like models in Gentleman's Quarterly these days, she would be perfectly safe. Okay, she said with another shrug. After the decision was made, they lapsed into a companionable silence. Nearly 15 minutes had passed by the time Jordan reached the author's table. Dr. Eugene Marshall, the famous psychology guru, signed his name in a confident scrawl and handed Jordan a book. Amanda had her volume autographed and followed her new acquaintance to the cash register. Once they'd both paid, they left the store together. There was already a mob gathered at the double doors of the mall's community auditorium, and according to a sign on an easel, the mini-session would start in another 10 minutes. Jordan glanced at the line of fast food places across the concourse.
Would you like some coffee or something?
Amanda shook her head, then reached up to pull her light shoulder-length hair from under the collar of her coat. No, thanks. What kind of work do you do, Mr. Richards?
Jordan,
he corrected. He took off his overcoat and draped it over one arm, then loosened his tie and collar slightly.
What kind of work do you think I do?
Amanda assessed him, narrowing her blue eyes. Jordan looked fit, and he even had a bit of a suntan, but she doubted he worked with his hands. His clothes marked him as an upper management type, and so did that gold watch he kept checking. You're a stockbroker, she guessed. He chuckled.
Close. I'm a partner in an investment firm. What do you do?
People were starting to move into the auditorium and take seats, and Amanda and Jordan moved along with them. With a half smile, she answered, Guess. He considered her thoughtfully.
You're a flight attendant for a major airline,
he decided after several moments had passed. Amanda took his conjecture as a compliment, even though it was wrong. I'm the assistant manager of the Evergreen Hotel. They found seats near the middle of the auditorium, and Jordan took the one on the aisle. Amanda was just daring to hope she was making a favorable impression when her stomach rumbled.
And you haven't had lunch yet,
Jordan stated with another of those lethal quicksilver grins.
It just so happens that I'm a little hungry myself. How about something from that Chinese fast food place I saw out there? After we're done with the mini-session, I mean.
Again, Amanda smiled. She seemed to be smiling a lot, which was odd, because she hadn't felt truly happy since before James Brockman had swept into her life, turned it upside down, and swept out again. I'd like that, she heard herself say. Just then, Dr. Marshall walked out onto the auditorium stage. At his appearance, Jordan became noticeably uncomfortable, shifting in his seat and drawing one Italian leathered shod foot up to rest on the opposite knee. The famous author introduced himself, just in case someone who had never watched a TV talk show might have wandered in, and announced that he wanted the audience to break up into groups of 12. Jordan looked even more discomfited.